Welcome to Two Useless Organisms, a silly topical show where two useless organisms discuss today's hot topics. The hot topics of today: drinking each other's philosophy juice, reading the internet's most unbelievable Yelp reviews, and on today's show, we'll be discussing how we would destroy the world if we were evil masterminds and unpopular bands. Keep in mind that Two Useless Organisms is not safe for work. So, Tristan, how you doing?
Dang it, man. I tried to put a
Yeah,
little giblet
no, I
there.
saw that. Yeah, no, you sent me the script and you wanted to put no, I'm not even gonna read that. It's not
Anyway,
true. You want to say what you wanted me to read?
yeah, I'll say it if you're too
For,
pussy ass to say it. At
yeah,
the end of the disclaimer, I typed my cooking sucks.
yeah. Which maybe yours sucks.
It
Mine
does.
doesn't. Yeah, it does.
I just wanted to hear that Italian tongue of yours say it.
And Tristan's cooking sucks.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. But yes, welcome to the show. Sorry for the delay. I've been working crazy hours. Tommy and I both have started new jobs recently, so that has taken up much time. I worked a nice 62-hour work week at some point in that whole shenanigan pie, and here we
Oh God,
are.
that's disgusting.
Good old paycheck though.
Oh yeah, the paycheck is gonna be real sexy, but
Hmm.
God, that much. Honestly, anything more than 40 is like kind of pushing it for me. You know, a cute little 48, maybe 52 every once in a while.
Hmm.
But like, God, I just don't like
Eh.
working.
Yeah, no.
You kids these days just don't want to work anymore.
True that, true that. Well,
Yeah.
anywho, not much news to say in my life. Tommy, I don't know what the heck's going on in your life, but we can just hop on into this thing if you want.
Yes.
All right, he's holding his microphone sideways and just screamed into it. Tommy, what's your topic?
All right, so my topic. If you were an evil mastermind, how would you destroy the world?
You want to hear my answer?
Yes.
I would create a super virus in a lab that's job it is to create viruses, intentionally release it to the world, and blame it on the illegal sale of raccoon dogs.
Wow. That's damn.
Now, I'm not a diehard lab leak conspiracy theorist, but I'm not sold that it's ruled out yet either. So,
But either way, creating a virus, that's one way to do it.
What do you got, Tommy?
So before I get into mine, I mentioned this question to someone at work today, and I want to tell you what their answer was. Their answer was to make all screws disappear. Because like literally everything would just collapse. All the
Wow,
buildings, that's so specific, but like man, that's so true.
that's
All,
actually a
all,
that's a mastermind
all
level answer.
building, yeah, that really is. Like they're a smart cookie, let me tell you.
My gosh. You want to know what question I was asked at work today?
What were you asked at work today?
If you were a potato, what kind of potato would you be?
Oh, I'd be mashed
You'd be mashed. I would be waffle,
or hash brown,
waffle
one of
fry.
those. Ooh, a waffle fry.
Yeah, specifically the
Beautiful.
waffle fries from Steakhouse 71 with the Parmesan cheese.
Ah. Steakhouse 71 lunch makes me so fucking horny.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like that fucking stack burger ruins my fucking that is the best burger I've ever had.
I've never had it. I'll have to try that.
Bro, you gotta go
I
for
just
okay. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, no, Steakhouse 71, bacon and eggs appetizer, stack burger lunch or main course. If you like to drink the what is it? The French 71, some sort of peach whatever cocktail. Anyways, if I'm an evil mastermind, I got two different ideas in my head. One of them, take out the power grid. That's how if you eliminate the power grid, society crumbles. Especially like in, the high income nations like United States, if we took out the power grid, that's everything. Right there, got no more Wi-Fi. We operate on Wi-Fi. Like everything we do requires the internet. Everyone that's in a hospital right now, they're all dead. Another thing that I'd want to do, I'd want to create natural disasters. Um, and that would either be by, eliminating the moon and or the sun. But also, if I don't do either of those things, I'd want to somehow heat up the ocean very intensely in order for very strong hurricanes to develop.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, but you eliminate the moon or the sun, that's just gonna cause a whole bunch of other natural disasters. That would be fun.
Wouldn't it be interesting? And this might be true. If scientists could detect if the sun has burnt out before the light of the sun gets to Earth. You
Ooh.
know what I'm saying? Like maybe there's like a
Yeah.
satellite or some sort of spacecraft closer to the sun than Earth is
Hmm.
that can detect if the sun has just burnt out and then send that information back to Earth. And then now the scientists are like, oh shit, the sun just burnt out, but we still have however many hours before we lose the light of the sun and all freeze to death and die.
Oh
Wouldn't that
shit.
be wild if you
That,
knew you were going to freeze to death and die in a matter of hours?
oh shit.
Yeah.
Didn't we have a discussion recently of what we would do if like there was a disaster incoming? That was one of our topics. I was just about to ask that question again. Like, what would you do? But
Yeah. We did have that. And my
yep,
answer was like, I'm just going to go out and take it all in. Like I just set up a launcher outside and
yeah.
die.
Maybe join the anarchy that would ensue for the next few minutes as well. Because
Hmm.
why not?
Yeah, a little bit
I
of a
would,
purge moment.
yeah, a tiny little bit of a purge. Maybe I run around a little naked,
Okay. You could do
yelling
that now.
yelling obscenity. Yeah, but I have a job and I have to pay bills, whatever.
Yeah.
Might ruin my week if, the police see me do that. Um, which, we're talking about outer space, so an interesting kind of theory or whatever. So in most solar systems, all the planets are normally similar sizes, but then in our solar systems, planets greatly vary in size. Like, Jupiter can fit like, I don't know, like 100 Earths or something stupid like that. And I think it's theorized that because Jupiter is so big and out there, it's actually blocked a lot of asteroid impacts and things that could have potentially hit the Earth.
Hmm.
So I was also considering maybe a part of my plan, I take out Jupiter
Yeah.
because like no one's even gonna notice, and that's a potential barrier of protection from space that can no longer protect us anymore.
Mm.
So I'm just trying to take out giant space objects somehow, apparently.
It could be done.
I think so.
In Austin Powers, which is my favorite documentary,
Mm.
they use a laser beam
Laser.
to do something with an asteroid that's going to hit the Earth or something like that. So if Dr. Evil can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the and then another little theory about, how the dinosaurs was taken out by a giant asteroid.
No, because Jesus created everything 2,000 years ago.
That too. So a part of one theory that's attached to that is that that created so much debris in the atmosphere that it trapped a bunch of sunlight, which heated up the oceans so much that it created big storms that also helped take out the dinosaurs.
Mm.
So, you know, the more you know.
Are
I
you
like,
thankful for alligators?
am I thankful for alligators? I'm not um ungrateful for them. Like I'm not like, oh fuck alligators, why are they a thing? But I've never felt like, man, I'm so grateful for alligators. Why are you?
They're like there are only linked to dinosaurs that still roam today, aren't they?
That is true. I mean, they're definitely the closest dinosaur looking things that exist these days, aside from maybe a rhinoceros.
Yeah, yeah,
Like rhinos kind of just look like dinosaurs.
they do.
I'm pretty sure they're
Like a
just mammals, but
triceratops.
yeah.
Yeah.
Triceratops spin.
Nothing but the most intelligent of conversations here on 2UO, folks. Is there any other ways you would destroy the Earth?
Uh, let's see. I mean, I feel like I brought up the main ones, create natural disasters, destroy Wi-Fi and the power grid. Those would be the most fun ways, I think.
Hmm.
Um, Also shout out to my coworker that said the thing about screws because that's just genius. Do you, Tristan, have any other ways that you would destroy the Earth?
Hmm. I like the Dr. Evil way.
Like the Dr. Evil way of shooting the moon with a laser.
Yeah, that's it. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think the world is slowly destroying itself anyway.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah. So
um,
we don't really have to do it.
I'll just sit back and watch. Yeah. Well, that was nice and positive.
Yeah.
Heck, well, in climate news, I just saw today that Lake Mead over in Nevada, Arizona is 80 feet higher than it was before, which is a drop in a bucket considering how low, how far that water level has fallen. Of course, Lake Mead is the reservoir that holds all the water that goes through the Hoover Dam and thus provides water and power for the Las Vegas and Los Angeles metropolitan areas. Um, but people are coming out saying, "Oh, it's because of what's the word? Conservation. We've taken such great conservation efforts to do this." It's rained and snowed a whole heck
Yeah.
of a lot over there.
It has
It has
rained way
nothing to
more.
do with
Yeah.
conservation.
It's been raining way more over there than usual. And I just had the thought that this is probably our most educational episode of Two Useless Organisms we've ever had.
Yeah, I think
It's,
so.
it will not get more educational than this episode.
I don't know. I feel
Nope.
it's kind of educational and uneducational at the same time. I
Yeah,
mean,
true. Well, we're always uneducational, but
yeah,
we just been spitting out some fun facts today.
we do have some fun facts.
Hooray, random YouTube videos I just watch mindlessly.
Dude, same. Oh, YouTube, what a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
So we'll segue out of the apocalypse and zoom into a word from our sponsor.
yeah. And today's show is sponsored by Glass. If you have poor eyesight or need to have a nice glass of water, or you need something to break to turn into a weapon, get yourself some glass.
Glass, 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 made of
Glass, man.
glass.
Yep.
If you haven't
L'chaim.
seen, oh, you got one right there. I don't have a glass. I got a Mountain Dew
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, Glass really, they really came out of the gate this week for me.
Yeah, they're doing good.
I'm wearing glasses, I'm drinking glasses.
Yeah, you got you got four glasses all around you right now.
Yep. Make that
Um,
five. How you doing?
how many beverages do you need to record a 40-minute podcast?
Three.
My Lord. Do yourself a favor, folks, and go on YouTube and search Hot Dr. Pepper.
Hot Dr. Pepper.
That's all I have to say.
All
So
right.
my topic is bands you like that nobody else likes. All right. Now, some people don't have their favorite like cult following band because some people are just, cookie cutter stupid people who like whatever's on the radio or pop music or whatever the heck. Um, I'm talking about all you Taylor Swift people who are trying to go to that stupid concert tour right now. but
Eras Tour, baby.
but anywho, I'll go through mine real quick. I listed five bands here, and one of them is my all-time favorite band, who isn't that big really, and then four others are bands that really never made it big, even though I really liked them a lot. And I actually compiled their monthly listeners from Spotify to go along with this, just to throw some statistics in there. So my all-time favorite band is a band called Skeleton Witch. Um, Now they're pretty well known in the metal world, even though they haven't been active for quite a while now. I don't even think they've toured in 3, 4 years, something like that. But they have 37,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, which I think has actually dropped down significantly from when they
How many
were
how many
active.
monthly listeners?
37,000.
Oh wow.
37,000. Um, my next band is one of my other all-time favorite bands that never really made it big, but I liked them a lot in high school. Is did me and my best friends a band called Affiance. Um, really the biggest they ever made it was they went on a tour supporting Killswitch Engage, which is a huge metal band.
Oh yeah,
So
I like me some Kill Switch.
it was cool to see them with that band. Affiance is a band that I followed from the beginning. They actually have considerably more monthly listeners than Skeleton Witch does, even though, in my opinion, Affiance never made it anywhere near what Skeleton Witch did. Just to put it in perspective, Skeleton Witch has technically been active from 2004 to present day. Affiance was only active from like 2011 to 17 or 18. Um, and then my third band is a band that my good buddy Lane showed me a few years ago called Chat Pile. Chat Pile. They have 79,000 monthly listeners, even though they're in this category of music called noise rock, which is a very underground genre of music right now. Chat Pile, folks, look them up. They are something. They have 79,000 listeners. Another really good band from that genre is called Exhalants. They're not active anymore, but man, their stuff that they have out is really, really good. Like I just can't get enough of it. They only have 1,200 monthly listeners, which I was shocked to see that it was that low when I looked it up the other day. And then this is the icing on the cake. This is another band that my good friend Lane showed me just a few months ago. Crippling Alcoholism.
Oh
That's a
my
band name,
God.
Tommy. Crippling Alcoholism.
Crippling alcohol. I love that.
And they have some really dark, depressing, kind of concerning lyrics to their songs. Highly recommend you give them up a search because you'd be one of 201 monthly listeners for Crippling Alcoholism.
Wow. Iconic. I love that.
So, Tommy, what do you got?
All right. So when you first told me that your topic was artists you like that nobody else likes, I thought you meant that artists that you like that people like actually hate, not that like just aren't known. But when you clarified, I decided to do three for each of these.
Hmm.
So I'm going to start off with the ones that, I like that people hate. Now I grew up on, WWF, now known as WWE. So as a kid and even now, I still like the likes of Limp Bizkit and
Oh,
Puddle of Mud. Uh, those bands are very hated, but I do enjoy their music from time to time. I was going to throw in another band of that genre, but you know what? I'm going to throw in just dubstep, just the heavy bro step that you might know as Skrillex. Some of that music gets a lot of hate, but I like the blah, 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 blah. I love that shit. That shit's fun. Um, Now for bands, artists that do not have that many listeners, I went to some of my most listened artists on Spotify and seeing the ones with the least amount of monthly listeners. The one that I highly doubt anyone I know knows is Backseat Vinyl. They have like maybe 60,000 monthly listeners, kind of an alt indie rock type of sound. Very wonderful. The other one name is Julia Schieser. She is a German pop singer. So the way that I discovered her was during the Epcot Arts Festival of the Arts this year. I was walking by the Germany pavilion, and they always have random music artists sometimes in these pavilions. And this girl Julia was on stage singing, and I'm like, oh my God, she has a really beautiful voice. She was mainly doing like Disney cover songs, but then she eventually did one of her original ones, and it was really good. Apparently she actually does a lot of the German covers of Disney music. Like so, they dub all the musicals in other languages. She does a lot of them. But like she has just such a beautiful voice. Um, and then my third most like top artist that has, the least amount of monthly listeners is Harmonious World Ensemble.
man. Ah,
For those who aren't sure what that is, Harmonious was the Epcot Nighttime Spectacular for the last year and a half that recently went away. The music's on Spotify. It's really good music. And yeah, Harmonious World Ensemble has about 24,000 monthly listeners.
24,000 too many, but I
You're
I didn't
24,000 too many.
I didn't hate Harmonious. It was fine. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not an Epcot Forever fan.
I am. But I'm like the only Epcot Forever fan, so
If it had been, and I guess we should talk about this on our Please Remain Seated theme park podcast. Check it out, folks. But real quick, if Epcot Forever had delved more into the classic history of Epcot, which it did
yeah.
fairly well, I would have loved it.
I
But
think I
when
think the
Aladdin came in, I was like, what is this?
yeah, the two things that should have changed were get rid of the fucking kids, and
Hmm.
then also instead of the Aladdin song, they should have made it like the We Are One from Illuminations. That would have been great.
Now, were you an Illuminations fan?
Oh, I loved Illuminations.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, absolutely loved Illuminations. Big fan of Epcot Forever as well. Like I know it's not popular, but for me, I see it as a small transitional show. Like I do not compare it to the likes of Illuminations or Happily Ever After or anything like that. I love it for what it is.
Okay.
And then Harmonious, I enjoyed it as a visual spectacle, and I thought the music was really good, but like it definitely didn't have the same heart that Illuminations did.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm happy to see those damn taco barges and portal getting removed from the lagoon.
Mhm.
Um, now I did always enjoy the show, but I do agree with they ruined the sight lines of Epcot's World Showcase.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah. Agreed.
yeah,
But that's for Please Remain Seated, our
yeah,
theme park news, reviews, stories, and segments podcast, folks. Go check it out. YouTube podcast platforms. Jumping back
but
into useless shit.
yeah,
Um,
like music that we whatever.
yeah.
Um,
So let me ask you this question.
mhm.
Have you ever discovered an artist or a band that wasn't that big but then got huge, and then you can be that person who says, "Oh, I've been following them since the beginning."
Oh shit. Um, see, I want to say yes, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Like, I liked, Skrillex, early on, like in 2012. So maybe him, but even then he was kind of starting to blow up around then. There was one random punk band that a friend of mine discovered on MySpace back when that was the thing called Orange. And I kind of want to see like what their monthly listeners are.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think I know anyone that can even name this band, but I know at some point one of their songs became like the theme song to a show on Cartoon Network.
Oh wow.
Let me see here. View artist. Oh wow, yeah, they only have 14,000 monthly listeners. Um, but then like their most listened to song has over 1 million listens, and it's like the theme song to Ben 10. Ben 10, I think it is.
Oh, Ben 10. Yeah.
Yeah, don't
Wow.
isn't it like the Wanna Revolution? Isn't that the theme song to that show?
I don't know.
It's the theme song to some show on Cartoon Network, but yeah.
Hmm.
So I guess they're still small anyway. But
Yeah, no, it's not bad. So
how about you?
yes. You ever heard of the band Ghost?
Ghost? No.
Okay. Ghost got pretty big in the metal scene. They have a song that went around on TikTok a few months ago called Mary on a Cross. You probably have heard it in you use TikTok, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You might have heard it there. It went around a lot. Anyway, so they're big. Let me go to their monthly listeners now. Just to see. But back in I want to say summer, something like that in 2011, I was subscribed to Guitar World magazine. 8.9 million for Ghost.
Wow.
8.9 million. And in Guitar World, every month they have a section where they introduce 3 up and coming bands, and they always really are up
Oh
and
wow.
coming, like bands that have not been discovered yet. And I remember seeing Ghost, and it looked similar to the picture for our visual watchers on
Ooh.
YouTube. There's like a creepy guy with makeup as their singer, and it showed the picture of that. I was like, oh, that's crazy. So I looked up their songs and I downloaded their songs, and their first album had just come out or was just about to come out. And I loved it and I was super into it. And then they got huge in the years that followed. Um,
Damn.
so that's the band that I
Okay.
say, yeah, I've been following them since the beginning.
I actually just remembered one.
Mhm.
Back in 2012, y'all may have remembered a huge hit
Coney
called
2012.
from not Coney 2012, Gangnam Style.
Oh my gosh.
Well, my friend sent me the music video to that song when it was around 100,000 views.
Uh,
And then that ended up becoming the very first video ever on YouTube to reach 1 billion views. And that
I
song
see.
was a big, yeah, it was the first video on YouTube to ever reach 1 billion views. Um, so I remembered, loving the song and the music video way before it like blew up.
So I pulled up Psy on Spotify. He's got
Yeah,
5.8 million monthly
yeah,
listeners.
yeah.
Gangnam Style, for having over 1 billion views on YouTube,
Hmm.
has 384 million
Oh wow,
listens on Spotify,
wow.
which you would think is not as much as you would expect
Yeah,
on a platform that's specifically for listening to
yeah.
music.
I mean, I think with YouTube, it was like, I mean, the music video itself was really funny, and that was like back when people watched videos a little bit more, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like for like humor and not just like, what is going on, guys? Welcome to my top 10 bullshit. I'll
Yeah,
make sure to let you know whatever the fuck. Yeah. Or YouTube turned into that.
yeah, it did. I like old YouTube.
Oh my
We
God, me
talked about
too.
that on a previous episode.
Yeah. I talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
It's now edutainment, which, I'm still incredibly addicted to, but like back when it was just like bullshit, kind of miss some bullshit YouTube, you know?
I miss the BS.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what episode it was here.
I think other
Boop boop,
artists.
beep beep, ba 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 ba. Wow, reading the synopsis of all our episodes is kind of shocking. We talk about a lot of stupid shit.
We really do.
Oh, here it is. Episode 20 of Two Useless Organisms. Unusual deaths and disturbing statistics, 2000s internet culture,
Good times.
and Blue Jeans Methington sings his hits.
Ooh.
Yeah, but 2000s internet culture. Go back and listen to episode 20 of Two UO folks. We talked about some juice
Oh, the juice. Oh, the
on that
fucking
one.
juice.
The juice. Anyway.
I got that juice.
Hey, that Megan Trainor, she like had that song all about that bass.
Yeah,
Then
what
she
about it?
disappeared forever, and now she's got like hit songs again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's
Oh, good for.
Gucci, Versace, I don't know, something.
Oh, shit. I just thought of another artist that I like. And he was actually featured on an episode of Three Guys Without the Wise. Mark Ribier.
Mark, yep, yep.
Yo, I'm hopping all around. I'm a pink bird. I'm walking all around. Better drink some Wawa. I'm just flamingo. I'm coming on your shoreline. Here I go. I'm gonna peacefully drink. Yo, I'm slowly creeping up to your front yard. Nothing threatening here. I'm just a flamingo. I'm a flamingo and I'm coming up to you. Oh, is that your child? I'm gonna rip out his motherfucking eyeball. I'm gonna rip out his. I've listened to that song way too many
Was it
times.
was it I can't remember if it was you who suggested that or if someone else
It
suggested
was
that.
Eric.
It
No,
was
no,
Eric.
it was that one fuck we used to work
Was
with.
it Greg?
Not Greg.
No, not Greg. Boo 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 boo
Jamoke.
Josh.
No,
No,
no, no,
not
no, no.
Josh.
What was that fucker's name? God damn
Jamoke.
it.
Holy Lord. Bill Cosby. I do not
Because
remember.
like I picture his face. It is annoying me that I forget his name right now.
Oh no.
God damn it. This is gonna kill me.
Describe his nude body for me, and I might be able to pull a name out of my butthole.
You know, I'm pretty sure it was another white guy with a beard.
Dickie?
Yes, Dickie. That's what his name was.
Yeah.
Dickie. He's the one that fucking recommended I'm a Flamingo.
Yeah. All right. I remember Dickie.
Good times.
All right. Anyway, transferring over here to our next segment, the Yelp review.
Yelp review.
Yelp review. All right, so this Yelp review here is for Swiggy Dump Trucks School Supplies out of Okeechobee, Florida.
Swiggy Dump School Supplies.
Swiggy Dump Truck.
Swiggy Dump Truck.
Swiggy Dump Truck School. Don't worry, that's not his real name.
Okay. Me too.
So we'll just hop right on into this. Swiggy Dump Truck School Supplies sells items your child might need if they live in the greater Okeechobee area, and if they need pens and pencils that can annihilate a human target up to 30 feet away. If you're confused at this point, I'll elaborate.
Oh, okay.
This store specializes in assault supplies, which are just weapons fashioned to resemble school supplies since it's illegal to sell firearms directly to children. According to their commercial on local television, these important products are imperative to help kids protect themselves and their fellow classmates from the common shooter. My review here today isn't to reflect my experience at this store, because I've never been there. I only hope to bring some attention to the owner and the various horrifying shenanigans that transpired on the grounds of this seemingly harmless mercantile through some recently discovered police reports from several years ago. Let's dig in.
Gotta love Florida.
Yeah, oh God, you haven't heard the half of it. It's January of 2018. Then President Donald Trump is enjoying his reign of terror, and 17 kids from Parkland, Florida still have beating hearts. An undercover police officer is assigned to investigate possible illicit activities happening behind closed doors at the store. The officer then begins frequenting the store, and by simply pretending to be a passionate gun rights activist...
They did not write that.
They wrote that, Tommy. They wrote that. Comment below if you're enraged by the fact that they wrote that. The officer then begins frequenting the store, and by simply pretending to be a passionate gun rights activist, he quickly gains the trust and friendship of the owner, Swiggy Dump Truck. Now let's address the AR-15 in the room. The owner's name can't possibly be real, and it's not. His real name is Swizgar Dumpleturk. I don't know. The officer is invited to play poker with Swiggy and his friends in the stockroom after hours, so he does this once a week and doesn't uncover much. This is when he decides to plant a hidden microphone in the stockroom in early February. Within days, he discovers what he was assigned to find: top secret government corruption spawning from that small stockroom in Florida. As it turns out, President Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis are friends with Mr. Dumpleturk and have been having secret romantic rendezvous in the store during odd hours of the night. I must admit, reading the police report, which describes some of the audio clips in great detail, was vastly amusing. The report describes a 35-minute portion of a recording as nothing but the sound of raw meat being marinated with a muffled ouch spoken periodically throughout. Another entry states that President Trump and Mr. DeSantis had nicknames for each other, DeSantis' being Tootsie Wuggin's Big Boy, and Trump's being Daddy White King.
Sanctimonious.
Our Lord and Savior. And Trump's nickname being Daddy White King. But the most interesting part was the dialogue exchanged between the two, revealing that they were developing a plan to hire assassins to carry out school shootings around the state or country when either of them were starting to get especially bad press to take the attention away from them. I've always known that most politicians have lost sight of ethics and morals very early on in their career, but I couldn't believe this. Well, as it would turn out, some alleged psychopath would wander into a school in Parkland, Florida, just a few days later and blow apart 17 kids while wounding 17 more. Where were the lovebirds during this incident? Sharing a suite on the Ku Klux Klan cruise line. Fast forward to present day, and there was a falling out between the two lunatics, as they are now both considering presidential candidacies and have become critical of each other. Anyway, these police reports went largely unnoticed, as they were released at the same time the whole world decided to care about what Johnny Depp's personal life was, and were brushed by the wayside during that trial. But if there's anything you need to get out of this review, it's that you can buy a protractor capable of sawing someone's head off and give it to your child without any hiccups. If this were a real review, I'd give the store 1 out of 5 stars for the funny name. Swiggy Dump Truck.
My life was better before I heard that review.
Yes. DeSantis has that effect on many Floridians.
Now, this won't matter to anyone who's just listening to this and not watching the YouTube version. While reading that review, did you notice me dancing with my cat?
Yeah, I'm trying to read, Tommy. You're distracting me. But yeah. I noticed. Yeah.
Stink. Hi, baby. She's running under the bed again.
Mm.
Yeah, oh well.
Yeah, that's Tommy's cat, Adolf Putin.
Sabrina is her
Oh,
name. Her name was Cheese at the cat cafe, and then after my roommate adopted her, she renamed her to Sabrina. Um, uh, I
you
personally like the name Cheese. It's fitting for how fucking dumb she is.
you adopted
But
cheese from the cat cafe in Claremont?
yes,
What do you know? Hmm. What do you know?
did you know somebody who was trying to get cheese from that cat cafe?
No, I just know someone who used to live in that neighborhood.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we both know people that have lived in that neighborhood. But yeah,
We do.
Swissgar Dumpleturk, and his school supply store, which by the way is still open in Okeechobee. Tommy, will you
Yep.
make a visit?
No,
Just a regular store now. I mean, they're still selling assault supplies, but I don't think
I
Trump and DeSantis
I
are
don't
there.
I don't need to assault anyone with anything. So no.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Most Floridians would disagree, but we want to
Yeah, I
thank
know.
everyone for listening. um, and we want to make sure that you check out our show, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, follow our social media, Facebooks, Twitters, Instagrams, and you can support the show for as little as $3 a month, folks. Just follow the link in our episode description, and you can set up a little subscription thing there to pay $3 a month. That just means you skip half of a Starbucks drink for one day, and you've helped support our show. Tommy and I both pay $12 a month. It's actually a little less now because we actually have some support here. Um, but we still pay out of pocket to put the show out. So if we could at least break even and not have to pay to put the show out, that would be really great. So just really, that means two more people have to fucking support the show. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Tommy, what do you have?
Nothing. Two useless organisms. Two useless organisms. Right, how much hectic. Just include this in the video version on the YouTube. All right.